Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my monthly buys and buys video. So essentially this is like a monthly collective haul video, so everything I bought in the last month combined with my monthly empties, or everything that I finished up, or my garbage for the month, my beauty garbage. So let's start off with the buy side, which is fairly small this month. I already did a whole video on the ColourPop stuff, so, there it is. The main thing I was intending to purchase from ColourPop was the hair tint in Violet. This is the main event hair tint in the shade Violet. I haven't tried it yet. I've just been letting the current stuff run out. This is the Arctic Fox. It's called Purple AF, used to be called Purple Rain, and then this is like my natural hair color up here. I don't know when I'm going to get around to using this. I want this to fade as much as possible, and then I was thinking maybe I'll do like a 2 test, because I still have some of the Arctic Fox left, so maybe I can do half with Arctic Fox and half with ColourPop. It's not a true test because I'm doing Arctic Fox over top Arctic Fox, so that's maybe a bad comparison, but that's kind of the best that I can do, unless I strip the color from my hair. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. So anyway, I did purchase this. I paid full price for it with taxes and everything. It cost me $19.74. And then I bought a mystery box, which was completely spontaneous. I'm keeping most of those items, I think about 10 items, to put in some upcoming giveaways. But for now, I kept 3 things. So I kept the little sponge that came with it. This is just the Pretty Fresh Complexion Blending Sponge, and it worked out to be about $4.60, and retail it's about $11.28 Canadian. I kept this. This is probably my favorite thing. This is the Twitter Pated Luxe Gloss Trio. This is from the Bambi collection, and it kind of works out quite nice that it's like a Disney thing. I was packing away all my makeup I did this like a month ago. I packed my makeup away for my trip to Disney, but I didn't pack any lip products because I just couldn't figure out what lip products I wanted to bring, and it's like, now I can bring a Disney lip product. So I'm probably going to bring Flower from this. If you want to see swatches, they all look the same, by the way, or very close to the same. I do have some swatches in that ColourPop video. But yeah, I really quite enjoyed these. Very similar to, I would say, the Fenty Gloss Bomb, if you've tried that lip gloss. So the value of this was around $15 for me, and then retail value, if I had to purchase this full price when it came out, it would have been around $37 Canadian. And then I kept the Feather Effect Brow Pen in medium brown. This is okay. Again, I showed in the video. I like the way it looks. It's a little warm tone. The downside of this pen, a good side is that it's got a really fine, you probably can't even see it. It's so fine. The pen tip on this is just so fine, which is good for like getting individual hair strokes, but it takes a really long time, I feel like, to fill in my brows. And while I like the look, it is kind of time consuming. So I have been playing with it. I've been kind of using it in conjunction with the Winky Lux eyebrow pencil that was in my Anna Green? No, was in my Panning Punk project. I'm going to roll it into my regular project for the rest of this year. So that will be coming up in that video. And then those were the only 3 products that I kept from the mystery box. I was all under budget until I decided to buy one more thing, and it was a curling iron. So again, for traveling, this is a like shorter curling iron. I'll show you, I have my regular curling iron here. So this is just like an ordinary curling iron. This is the Quo curling iron. It's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller, especially like the handle is more compact. You can see like the size difference. I actually have some butane curling irons that are like super old. The fact that they're super old is one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't know if I really want to bring them. So like one of them is one that I used when I did dancing, which I quit dancing when I was 19. So that's over 20 years ago. So yeah, and I was like, I don't know about traveling with butane. And like, I did read, like, you are allowed to travel with butane, but you can only have the one cartridge in the curling iron. You can't have any extra ones. Not that I would think I would use any extras. But yeah, I decided that I did want to bring a curling iron with me on my trip. At least I think I am. Because, like, right now my hair is just blow-dried straight, but I prefer to, like, do a bit of zhuzhing on the ends if I have enough time, and it really only takes me a few minutes to do that. And I've already tested it out, and even though this is like a short barrel, it works just fine. I mean, I'm not doing a full head like root to bottom curl or anything, so it works just fine. It wasn't too expensive, so with tax this cost me $22.59, and I bought this on Amazon. And it does have like 2 heat settings, an off, a low, and a high, and I like that it's got the little ledge to put your curling iron. I have a curling wand and it doesn't have that little ledge, and it drives me crazy because it's so awkward. I melted the top of my toilet seat because I'd put it down on the toilet seat and it was still hot. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, this kind of put me over budget. So I didn't really talk about budget. So how is budget working for me? So I'm using the previous month's Empties value. So however much I used up last month becomes the budget for the following month. So last month my budget was $47.32. That was the values of my Empties minus my purchases last month. And in October, all the things I just talked about, I spent $66.84. So 47, what are we at? 47.32 minus 66.84. I am over budget by $19.52, which is basically that curling iron. So it was kind of a last minute decision that I wasn't sure I was going to do. But again, it's kind of a long-term purchase. Like that's something, like my curling irons, I have them for years and years and years. And my hairdryer, like I just purchased a new hairdryer last year, and like the one I was using before was like years and years and years. So it's not like, it was a good value for me, and I think it'll be something I will travel with in the future. So that is it for the buy side. So like I said, a pretty small buy side. I only brought in 7 items. Like I said, the paid value was $66.84, and the retail value was $102.02. So now let's talk about the goodbye side, or my Empties. So Empties is maybe a little bit small. Well, it's not small. It's like smaller items though, but I think a decent amount of items, and pretty good on the makeup side, again, but smaller-ish items. So let's get a couple things out of the way. So I do sometimes talk about other items, so things that I just don't really count against anything. I do talk about declutters, but those don't go towards the value, and then the rest are like empties. So the first other item is just these organic cotton pads. This is the Equate brand, which I believe is that the Walmart brand? These are crap. They're not crap, but they're not good for the purpose that I use them for. So like makeup removal, or particularly I had these at home for nail polish removal. Like when I say at home, I mean at my family's home. And these are not good for nail polish remover, just putting that out there. They're very much like a cotton ball, just flattened. So they're very poofy, you know, that like all the stuff comes off. So I wouldn't purchase these again. I have 2 declutter items. So the first declutter item is, I already talked about this in my lip video. This is just a tiny little lip sample from Pure Nata. This is in the shade Sugar Plum. Unfortunately, because their brand is like all natural, this is gone. She's done. I liked the color. It actually would turn out fairly similar to what I have on my lips today, but maybe a little bit more like metallic-y looking. I would definitely consider purchasing this like maybe in the future. I don't know. I kind of want to look for maybe a drugstore version because again, I don't use lipstick that like I won't use it very quickly, that it's not a great idea to buy like an all natural one for me that doesn't have things that preserve it for a little bit longer. But I do like this color. Again, it's kind of a retro color for me. It's sort of that like purpley berry bronzy type color. Definitely a favorite kind of color for me. Sad that I couldn't finish that. And the other declutter item is this. This is the Batiste No Rinse Shampoo. I was trying to use this. This is definitely not for my hair type. I thought I could maybe use this like a dry shampoo. Not good for that. This is good for somebody that has like dry hair, but you want to freshen it, not wash it. Because it says right on the side, normal or dry hair. Like it's not for my hair type. But I'm sure if you have I could see if you have like really curly, maybe frizzy kind of hair, and you're looking to add like almost like a bit of more moisture back into it, like get rid of some of that, dry frizziness, this type of product might work for that. It felt like a mousse, but not sticky. So it wasn't sticky like a mousse. It was a bit like, it did kind of just disappear, but it was just like wet. Like it didn't really do anything. And even like I tried putting it in and then like blow drying my hair a little bit, and like, again, on like a no wash day, and it wasn't enough. So there's I tried it like quite a few times. It's almost empty, but I can't finish it. So that is not an empty. So skincare, so body care. So I did finish one of these guys. This is the Bath & Body Works Waikiki Beach Coconut Body Cream. Really liked this, would repurchase this. I'm getting kind of low on my body creams. I think I have a couple. Well, I've got one in the bathroom now, and I might have two. Well, I think I have like two that are half full, one that's maybe closer to full. But they're all like summer scents. So I'll definitely be picking up more of these at the semi-annual sale, which is not till after Christmas. I think I can make it. I mean, I can use those. They are summer scents, but I can use them. I have Fairy Tale, which I could probably use Fairy Tale because I'm getting low on the one that I'm currently using. I'll still probably have that through November and early December, but I'll definitely finish it before the semi-annual sale. So I'll definitely want to purchase some more when that comes up. But yeah, I really liked this guy. I prefer their body creams over the body lotions. They're my favorite, especially in the winter time. I get really itchy, like itchy legs and itchy feet and itchy back, and I really like this. It seems to really help, and I like that they have scents. They're nice to use. They're aesthetically nice to use. So that's why I buy them. So I finished up another one of these. This is the Pearl Essence Sheet Mask. Again, these have been coming up in my things for a while now. I still have probably 9 or 10 left. Some in the Pearl, some in the collagen ones. So slowly going through the rest of my sheet masks. This is a bit of a sad pan. This is the Inky List Peptide Moisturizer. There's hair on it. I feel like I went through this really fast. I bought this near the end of July, and I'm already done with it. I was done with it a little while ago already. And so I don't know what happened. I don't know how I used this so quickly. I feel like I used it much quicker than the Kiehl's one or the Belief True Moisturizing Balm. Those are the other two that I've used recently. It's the same size. It's 50 mils. This one's kind of cool because it's like the airless pump packaging. So it I think they've gotten rid of this package because I'm pretty sure, Ruth, they can't get this anymore. And I don't know why in Canada we can. This is just end of stock probably stuff. But yeah, it's kind of fun that it's airless. I can even hear the air coming out the bottom there when I push that back together. Anyway, I will repurchase this in the future, but I'm not planning on purchasing this just yet. I think I'm going to buy something else for the next little bit and try an old favorite. I'm gonna see. I'm kind of toying what to get because the Sephora VIB sale is coming up, so I kind of want to get something then. I just haven't decided what I'm gonna get exactly at that point. I'm a little stressed though because I mean, it's not too far away, but I really don't have facial moisturizer. So I've been kind of going through some little sample stuff that I hope can carry me through the next few days until that sale starts. So that was a sad pan. Another facial moisturizer that I finished up, this is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. This is fine. I've used a number of samples of this. I would never really purchase it. I feel like it's not moisturizing enough for me personally. It's fine for summertime. It's nice and light. The scent of this, I can't even remember the scent's fine. It's just not a favorite. It's a not bad, but not a favorite, if that makes sense. Another sad empty. This is the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask. This was a nice product to use, but I think I've just determined that for me, retinol eye products I don't think work. I know that retinol is supposed to help with wrinkles and fine lines, but I feel like I have the really crepey underline, especially when I smile, you can really see the crepiness. And I think this makes it worse. I have never ever found that with repeated use, I get over that or past that. I just feel like it gets worse. So I think I've just concluded that retinol for my eye area it's not a thing. It's not something that is going to be useful for my eye area. So I'm just giving up on it because it just makes it worse. Even if I try and layer it with another moisturizing, it doesn't make it any better. So I don't know why I'm even trying. I feel like it did help with the lines over here. So if you have the smile lines, I feel like it helps with those ones a little bit better. So there's that. But I mean, it was a nice product to use, and I would definitely recommend somebody trying it. Again, if you have the wrinkles over here and stuff, they might be a bit more helpful. Another Glow Recipe product that's a bit of a sad pan is the Watermelon Glow PHA BHA Pore Tightening Toner. I really like this product. Again, there's other products that are cheaper that are similar for me, like the Pixie, whatever you call Pixie Glow stuff is a little bit cheaper than this. And then what's even cheaper than that is the Ordinary Glycolic Toner, which is what I'm using right now. They are a little different, like the Pixie and the, what do you call it? Glycolic acid, I think, are both AHAs, and this is a BHA, so they are different, but I feel like functionally they do kind of work the same for me, and I just enjoy using this product. So even though this is expensive, I would repurchase it. It's one of those rare times that, like, it's kind of like the Vichy 89 stuff. It's kind of expensive, but I like using it, so it's worth it to me. Will I buy it regularly? No, I only bought like the smaller size as well, especially because I don't want this to go bad. I feel like people have said this with some Glow Recipe products. Again, I think they're, I don't know if they're an all-natural brand or clean brand, but people have said some of their stuff kind of goes funny on them. So yeah, this is definitely something I would repurchase, but I'm not going to repurchase it just yet. The Glycolic Toner from The Ordinary is huge. So I've got a lot to go through that. But like what I ended up using was I was using that toner, and then I used this one during the summertime, and then I've gone back to the Glycolic Toner. So I may purchase this again like next summer. We'll see when I purchase it next. But yeah, that's definitely a repurchase for me at some point. That's the second time that I purchased that as well. And the rest are makeup items. So the first one is just a small sample. I unfortunately don't know what brand this one was. I think this was the, okay, it says Stay True Foundation. I've got to look that up and figure out what that is. Stay True Foundation. I feel like this one was an okay one. This is in the shade 1N14. I tried this one. If this is the Sephora one, the Sephora one was like good one day and not good the other day. Anyway, I think this might have been the Sephora one. Regardless, I clearly don't remember it well enough that it was something that I want to repurchase. That was a long explanation around that. I have two primers here. So I have this Tatcha primer. This is the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. I quite enjoyed this product. This is, I don't know if it really did anything. It was kind of moisturizing. It was just really aesthetically nice to use. Like, if money were no object to me, I can't smell it right now, but it usually smells like, it kind of smells like lemon pound cake to me, if I remember correctly. I can't smell anything right now because there's nothing left. But I enjoyed the scent of it. I enjoyed the texture of it. I felt bougie using it. Again, if I were like a rich YouTuber that just like got stuff in PR, I would use this like all the time, hoping that I would get in PR, I guess. Or I'd just be able to buy it because I'd be rich. So yeah, like it's nice, but is it necessary? Like, no. I'm curious to know if anybody has ever, I should see if anybody's looked into getting like a dupe of this, because it's probably pretty dupeable. I feel like one of the key things is the scent, to be honest about that. I said to be honest. I'm sorry. The other primer that I finished, and this was in my project pan, it's the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. So yeah, this was fine. They're different textures. So I have this one, I bought the trio, and this one, the regular one, and the matte one. I think I like the regular one the best from a texture perspective. It just seems to be a little bit thicker in a sense, so it's more pore filling for me, and that's what I really use this kind of primer for, is to be a bit more smoothing and pore filling. And I feel like the Luminous, like, I'm not sure how much a Luminous primer really is luminizing once you put foundation on. Like, I feel like the foundation 90% covers it up, and it doesn't, that luminousness doesn't always come through. I think I just like putting on luminous ones because most of them are a bit more moisturizing, and I feel like I like that bit of layer of moisturizer before I get in with things. Oh, I'm missing something. So I have two mascaras. I think I know where it is. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I have two mascaras. Two mascaras, and both are like done. Both are like, I'm using the wand and like scraping, trying to get stuff out. They're both like completely different in terms of low end, high end. So the first one is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. So I guess this is like mid range, not super high end. It's not like Lancome or something. At least I don't think it's as expensive as some other ones. I think this is the second time I've used this. I don't mind it. I don't love it. But I don't mind it. Like if I get it in a kit, I will definitely use it. If I get it with like a 100-point perk, maybe. I don't know if I'd use a 100-point perk to get this now that I've tried it. But I feel like, yeah, like if you want to try it out, I think it's worth trying. I like the brush on this one. It's kind of large, but not too large. It's just a natural brush. And I like a natural brush over a plastic brush. And then the other one is the Essence Get Big Lashes Triple Black. Again, this was in one of my project pans, and I used this like to death. I used this. Oh, there's even like a big fluff on the end there. Whew. And again, this one was like a natural bristle brush, but I talked about this, like I don't think this one's worth purchasing. I think there's ones that are better. And again, I will always say this, I like drugstore mascaras over high-end ones. I've never yet used a high-end one that was like mind-blowing enough that it was worth it. I feel like I've had enough drugstore ones that are pretty good that I don't think you could ever tell the difference. That is my personal opinion. But I know other people like really swear by certain high-end ones, and it's like once you find that mascara that you love, if it's a high-end, just use it, like go for it, because you want to use one that you love. I'm like a mascara junkie and like trying so many different ones, but I do have favorites. One of my favorite ones is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I like the peachy version of the Essence Lash Princess mascaras. Another product I finished up, finally, this one took a lifetime. This was the CoverGirl Lid Lockup. You wouldn't be able to know that by the packaging. Pretty sure this was discontinued. I literally scraped, well, you won't be able to see, but I took like my little metal thingy, like that came in the one that I use when I do like makeup mashups, and I scraped the crap out of this because the wand doesn't reach the bottom, and I took the stopper out and everything. I finished this right up. I did do a test of this, and it worked just as good as it was the Too Faced Shadow Insurance primer that I tested against, and it worked just as good. I'm currently using one that I don't really love. I'm contemplating decluttering it because I don't really like using it, and I've tested it, and I don't think it's really working. I need to test it a couple more times to be sure, but I really don't think it's actually working. And again, I have a couple of videos on testing eyeshadow primer. It works for me. I know it doesn't work for everybody. I think it just depends on like your eyelids and your eye shape and how things wear. But for me, it definitely helps the longevity of my eyeshadow. And the other two empties are like known empties because they're from Project Pans. This one is the Revlon Lip Butter and Wild Watermelon. I'm now kind of sad to see this go, but at the same time, I'm like, we've had our time together. It's time to move on. You know, it's an amicable separation. We are done. Our relationship has run its course. It was a good relationship. Well, it was a bit tenuous at times, but there were good times in the relationship, but we're done. And this one was, you know, don't let the door hit you on the way out kind of relationship. I didn't love this as much. This is the ColourPop Gel Cream Liner in Get Paid. Gel cream, the cream part left. Cream had left the building ages ago. It's so dry, and it just kept falling out. Like the little thingy just kept falling out. I did use a fair amount of this. I did a good run, so that's why I'm keeping it or putting it in the empties, because it's like technically not usable anymore. It's not like even if I could try to finish this, like it's just so dried out now that she's done. So, I mean, that was a pretty good round of empties in terms of makeup, I felt like. Again, a lot of small products, but things that I'm, you know, glad that I've worked through. And it was kind of satisfying going through my list and be like, finished some stuff. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was a satisfying amount. So in total, there was 9 products that I finished up. The paid value was $74.24, and the retail value was $119.70. So I'll put the buys on this side and the good buys on this side. So the good buys was a little bit better. Like I used up a little bit more than on the buy side, but not by a whole lot. It was that curling iron that kind of pushed things over the edge a little bit for me, but not too bad. So if we go back to the budget, so again, I had a budget of $47.32. I spent $66.84, so I ended up in the negative again. I think I've been in the negative every month but one. April, I was not in the negative. I can see in my little list. I can't scroll up. Well, I could, but I'm not going to scroll up and see. But April, I was not in the negative. So anyway, I was in the negative $19.52. My October empties are $74.24. So my November budget is technically $54.72. Why did I say technically? Because November is going to be a little different. I am planning on doing a no-buy next year, starting in January. So, well, it could be even December, but I'm giving myself a little bit of like prep time before that. So starting in January, I'm starting with like a no-buy, like unless there's a need to replace something that I didn't think about. But it's a no-buy, and I'm going to do a 6-month no-buy. So January through to end of June, and then I'll reassess from there what I want to do. But I definitely want to start off the year on a no-buy, like a full-on no-buy, as best as possible. And so what I'm going to do this next couple months is, I talked about this, I have my $100 gift certificate or gift card for Shoppers Drug Mart. So I'm going to use that gift card to buy some things that I know I need to stock up on. So like I'm going to buy a shampoo, I'm going to buy a face moisturizer, I'm running out of the Neutrogena cleanser that I use, maybe buy like a makeup remover. So I'm going to kind of like stock up on some staples with that money. And then I'm also going to buy some stuff from Sephora during the Sephora VIB sale. Again, mostly things that are sort of like repurchasable stuff for me. So like I want to buy an Alterna shampoo again. And I want to buy, I'm going to buy the Urban Decay setting spray. I really miss the Urban Decay setting spray. So I'm going to buy that. Like again, there's a couple of just sort of staple-y type things that I want to buy. And there's a couple fun things in there too. Because come on, we've got to give ourselves a little bit of fun before I go in the no-buy, but definitely going to keep it somewhat reined in. So yeah, so that's why that 54 or 72 is somewhat meaningless in my brain now, because I have some planned purchases that I know are going to go over that. Like I think my cart right now for Sephora is like $250, something like that. Again, not a whole lot. Like I'm still below being a VIB. I think you have to spend $350 to be a VIB. Even if I spend that $250, I'm still not quite, I'm like maybe $20 shy of being a VIB. So, I mean, I will probably be a VIB next year, but like just. I also, though, will probably buy some stuff to go in giveaways. Like I said, I want to do some upcoming giveaways. I think I'm really going to try and do a Vlogmas this year. I don't know how people feel about that. I like watching some people's Vlogmases. I don't watch everybody's, but I do want to try and do it myself, even if I only do it for like the first part of the month. I don't know if I can do like all of December. Like, what do people do at Christmas time? Like, I'm not filming my family and stuff. Like, they don't want anything to do with this, my YouTube channel. So, like, they didn't sign up for this stuff. So, yeah, so I definitely want to try, make an attempt at Vlogmas this year, so that's where I'm thinking of throwing in some of those giveaways. Spoiler alert. Anyway, for some reason it's really bizarrely dark today. I have my camera set up to like the highest settings. You would think I was filming this like super late, so I'm gonna have to try and edit this to make it a bit brighter, because like I literally have my camera set to the brightest setting possible. I should have put my lights on. I just hate filming with lights. Oh, there we go, a little bit brighter there. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.